Hello, myself Sunil Ramkrishnan, and here basically we are going to discuss about this first question, that is attraction. So one person basically told that Sunil, basically few girls basically rejected you. So basically the girls rejected. The reason was unemployment. They basically might have checked the bank balance. They might have checked that what is the status of Sunil or Nair. So according to that, basically the rejection attraction came into their mind and they rejected. So like this, basically the rejection attraction basically came into the picture. Then basically one person basically told that the highest basically the attraction of each and every objects basically in the sky, in the earth planet, basically that is basically, for example, sun planet basically not raised yet, and then basically suddenly basically sun planet got raised. Suddenly the sun planet got raised in the environment of the city. We are taking one example of one city of India. So currently my location is India, so I am taking the example of India. If my location is Singapore, then basically I will be taking the example of Singapore. So here basically the sun planet raised, and suddenly basically each and every object basically was attracted with that sun lasers basically. That basically you can say sunlight. Sun laser is also one thing, and sunlight is also one thing. Laser means basically the software basically which is created of laser basically, which basically fires through laser equipment basically. That is also basically taken idea from this sun solar system only. That is, they are also basically taken the example of that sun solar system only. Sun solar system means the sunlight basically which is getting raised. So that is basically one technique basically. So here basically the thing, each and every technique basically which is created in the earth planet na, that is basically created from the nature only. That is basically created on the base of nature. On the base of nature only basically each and everything basically is created. Now one person basically asked that what is the difference between the normal sun basically getting raised and the sun solar system is getting given is giving the power. Normal power system basically, which is the natural power system, both are basically natural, but here the middleware is sun solar system basically came into the picture, because they takes only those power supply which basically they say that that is required basically. Then basically he told that what actually that is basically. Then basically they diagnose the the power system which is basically getting created. Then they told that basically the power system basically equal to combination of human souls. That basically the dangerous answer basically he has given. So the sun solar system basically takes few human souls only. Sorry, the souls only. Souls basically it's, each and every environment basically, each and every energy basically which is basically in the in the environment of the city. That all are basically human souls. That are basically 100% going to convert into human souls one day. So that human souls basically I'm talking about. So when basically sun solar system takes the data from the environment, that time basically it takes only few human souls data. That is which type of human souls data they take, and the power system basically which is created by the government, they takes which type of data. They basically by default takes the data of entire basically human souls whatever basically they exist in the environment, because they basically don't see basically the power supply which is getting passed to particular house. That is basically whether a grade a that is basically a blood group, b blood group, c blood group, like this basically 22 blood groups are there, so they don't basically see. They just supply the parts. But sun solar system says that we basically takes only those human supply, sorry, those human souls which basically is setted in our programming. So what is that actually? Is this some on sun solar system basically particular they say that we want this type of human souls only, and we want this type of human souls, and according to that human souls only the power supply which basically we are going to get, that should be from this human souls only. So this is basically one interesting story basically, which basically is going, which is actually getting created. Few people says that basically we have basically our body basically specially is created for a few set of businessmen basically. Few people says that we do experiments of the products which is basically going to launch in the market. Before that basically we do the experiment. For example, few person told that when the vegetable energy basically gets creates and do the gets the finalization, before that basically lots of experiments happen. So that experiment basically can be added in the sun solar system. So like this basically the few lots of experiments are there. For that basically they are getting the money. They are the where basically they are going there, from where basically they are getting the business, from where basically they are doing the job. Sun solar system only those groups can afford basically, who basically having good salary. They might be having some good business man, they are having some good business. So like this basically you can say that the person basically who's having the good business, they only can afford the sun solar system. So like this basically you can just imagine basically the sun solar system effect. Sun solar system effect basically. Sun solar system effect. So this is also basically one of the question basically you can say. This I will write down here. That actually, let me write down in the question words. This is basically 69th number system. Difference between sun solar systems and normal government giving system. So just imagine basically the things basically. These all are basically you can say stories only going to generate. One Bollywood person basically told that we have basically 1 lakh story created, and that is basically dumped in the environment basically. According to the situation, basically they are going to capture the story basically, and that basically is one chain basically. Once basically the chain has generated, then basically it's very difficult to break that chain basically. So that Bollywood group says that we actually have created 1 lakh type of stories in the environment, and they basically are going to get that 1 lakh stories inside their body. So according to that, basically the things are going to generate. According to that, the human needs are basically going to generate. Which story basically is going to generate which human knows human needs basically. If you say people say that romantic people basically romantic story basically generate romantic story basically captured by few people. They basically generates the apple energy. They basically generates the apple energy. So like this basically there are lots of attraction basically. This is the most dangerous basically topic basically which I am just now discussing. Just now basically which I am discussing, that is a very dangerous question basically. That basically which type of energy basically is going to generate which type of human needs. So you can just imagine basically. So this is also basically one of the attraction object basically which is getting generated according to the generation. Lots of things happens. Few people says that human generation also human needs also basically human body generates, that also basically gets generates according to the attraction of the body and attraction of the environment which is setted by sun solar system and the normal power system which is created by government.